Just to catch you up, we're rejoining Kimberly and Ava as they fly between time periods, cruise from country to country, and travel their way through their topic of settings. Now, watch as they descend to the murky depths of the sea to glimpse into settings of the future. They'll be learning the importance of the author's description of the setting, especially in places and times that readers have never experienced. Often authors hook readers into fantasy by setting the story in a familiar time and place. Once the reader finds the story to be believable, the author moves the story to a new, unreal setting by creating details that stretch the reader's imagination. You may want to put on your scuba gear for this one and brush up on futuristic settings by checking out the Fantasy Jumping into Genre video series. Be sure to view Setting the Stage and then get ready to dive into futuristic universes in this episode of Thinking Aloud. Let's rejoin Ava and Kimberly as they explore the Writers' Workshop website.
Just like the one you're interested in.
Oh, I don't know. How about the deep, deep world? The people have a choice to make. The oceans are rising, chewing and swallowing shorelines with every reach of the tide. Earthquakes ravage, splitting the barren, overcrowded land. Rust-tinged air encases the sputtering planet.
I know that from the Writers' Workshop, the setting describes the place and time that the story occurs.
But when and where does this story take place?
Well, from the words in the first sentence, the people have a choice to make, I'm thinking that I don't know what the choice is about, but I do realize this is something that hasn't happened yet, since they still have a choice to make. I'm also thinking that the author is describing Earth from the words oceans, earthquakes, and air.
But I'm confused when I read the details. Oceans that chew and swallow, earthquakes that ravage and split the land, rust-tinged air encases the planet. It sounds like extreme nature that's out of control.
I can visualize destruction when the author uses sensory verbs like chew, swallow, and split.
That doesn't sound like the Earth I know.
At the end of the paragraph, the author describes a sputtering planet. I'm thinking that we're reading about a post-apocalyptic world.
A post-apocalyptic what?
Miss Healy, our Writers' Workshop instructor, told us that survival stories are often set in a post-apocalyptic world. It's what's left after a major catastrophe occurs, such as nuclear war, overcrowding, pollution, or extinction.
Sounds cheery. Since this has never happened, I'm thinking that the setting must take place in some futuristic or imagined fantasy.
Right.
So, what happens next? Tell me the future.
Leaving land, they embark on a journey. The last stop is the ocean floor. Surrounded by towering mountain ranges, a crystal dome rises. Light within the dome pierces the ocean's murky darkness. Finger-like tunnels connect the crystal dome to single domes. It is an aquatic city!
An aquatic city? Could that really happen?
When skillful authors describe imagined or futuristic settings, they often include enough reality to make us think it could really exist.
I feel like I need to put my snorkel and mask on.
Not a bad idea. When I read towering mountain ranges on the ocean floor and ocean's murky darkness, I know this is true. But when I read about a crystal dome connected to other domes in an aquatic city, I'm thinking this describes an imagined setting.
It might be imagined, but it would be neat to see.
The description ends with, sleek and speedy submarines transport riders from land to water. The trip is one way. There is no turning back. In the workshop, I learned authors create settings which cause the characters to face ethical dilemmas that challenge them as individuals. These situations often cause us to consider what we would do if faced with the same decisions. What do you think about the choice the characters needed to make from the beginning of this story?
I'm thinking the choice described in the first sentence is deciding between two locations. Either the people continue living on the earth with extreme conditions, or they move to an aquatic city on the depths of the ocean floor. The character's choice sets the stage for the rest of the story.
Neither place sounds like much fun. I hope I never have to make a decision like that.
Come on, you could swim with sharks and whales. But really, help me decide which setting to use for my play.
Kimberly has helped Ava get a good start on selecting her own setting. Remember that skillful authors use settings to create imaginary and futuristic worlds. They provide detailed descriptions so that their readers can visualize a place and time they've never experienced. These authors know that the time and place of the story can influence the rest of the piece. Choosing a setting is an important step in the writing process. Direct yourself to the other 2 setting videos to search through settings with Kimberly and Ava. View the land of the pharaohs to discover the secrets of royal tombs in an Egyptian kingdom. Or take a trip to the bustling life of the Big Apple in the beat of the street to continue learning how authors describe settings in the past and present. Set the stage for learning and keep thinking aloud.